The step up looks simple, but it's really not. When you're doing a step up, the key thing is to place all of your weight in the front working leg throughout the entirety of the movement. This means avoiding the natural temptation to push off with the back foot on the way up and ensuring you lower yourself in a really slow and controlled manner. To help with this, really push down with the front foot and lean forward slightly. Focus on engaging your quads and your glutes when you're doing this. If you're just starting out, I definitely recommend beginning with a low step, working on perfecting your technique, and then increasing the height slightly and adding weight over time. There are a few better ways to strengthen the hamstrings in their lengthened position than the Nordic hamstring curl. Finding a way to set it up by yourself can require a bit of ingenuity, but there's plenty of ways to do it. You just need something heavy enough to hold your weight. Begin kneeling with your lower legs fixed and then slowly lower your body towards the ground by tipping forward. You should really feel the hamstrings lengthening here. Now, once you reach the point whereby you're no longer able to lower under control, catch yourself with your hands and push yourself back up. The long-term goal is to be able to get all the way to the ground in a controlled manner, and as you can tell, I'm still working on this. So a few key things to focus on. First of all, keep your hips extended by pushing your hips through and squeezing the glutes. Secondly, maintain a neutral spine by bracing the abs. And lastly, don't rush through these. Take them nice and slow. Reverse Nordics are a really good exercise for targeting the quads in a lengthened position. Now, the full reverse Nordic is a tough movement, so to make it more achievable, I recommend wrapping a band around a fixed object and holding onto it as you lower yourself. The heavier the resistance band, the greater the assistance provided, so you can start out with a heavy band and then gradually lessen the resistance over time. And then once you're feeling comfortable, you can then progress to the unassisted variation. Now, a few important things to focus on when you're doing these. First of all, keep the core tight. Brace the abs, ensure your spine remains strong and neutral. Keep your hips extended, push them through and squeeze your glutes. Lastly, perform them slow and controlled. Direct your attention to the quads, focus on ensuring every rep is high quality, and keep your knees grounded throughout. So the single leg hip thrust. Begin by resting yourself on an elevated object with it making contact just beneath your shoulder blades. Position your feet away from your body, and you might need to play around with foot positioning to find what works for you, before then raising the non-working leg up, keeping it bent. Next, squeeze your hamstrings and brace the abs before driving yourself up powerfully by digging the heel of the grounded foot firmly into the floor. At the top, squeeze your glutes and ensure you keep your abs braced to prevent the lower back from arching.